pawn heading towards at least south side of Celestial Valley here. So it's definitely going to be some immediate fights in some of these areas. So as we're going to see the first game happen here, it's like Fang trying to see if maybe they can pick up some decent materials or just anything in general. As OUG's Mike is going to be able to find that spear and a bow here. Decent start. No shield, though, off the rip. At least Mike was able to find at least a gray on him. Not going to be able to do too much here. And it looks like Mike is going to decide to push in on this. Looks like he might have potentially have the advantage here as now he finds the gray. Looks like he's going to find the fan, a blue fan at that here. Nice little retreat. Is going to be able to catch him with the stun here. As Mike going to try to see if he can do it, but nice hit towards that, though. Decides to stop the stun. PST decides to come in with the third party here. It's not looking good for Mike. The question is, he's been able to juggle third parties before here and catch him. Oh, PST is going to catch him. Whoa, Fang is going to go through with a swipe. Catches him on the outskirts, and PST is going to capture 2 free ones and knocks out Mike. And Fang takes them back to the altar and says, try again, buddy. What a strong start for PST, and here comes the third party coming in from Verse. Sorry, that's the fourth party. I apologize. As he's going to be able to try to see if he can catch him with the stun here. Not able to. Nice connect with the blue focus here from the staff. Going to be able to try to see if he can complete it. Misses out on it. Nice dodge. Can be able to complete it. A nice F trying to see if maybe he can detach himself away from that fight. Beautiful parry to connect it. Nice hits coming through on that one. Beautiful F to be able to go for the quick reset here on Verse. As Verse is going to decide to back off this, potentially retreat here, but PST wants this action. He already has 2 beautiful butter blueberries. He wants to try to see if he can capture a third here and make a nice muffin. Ooh. Meanwhile, nice little stun, trying to see if he can connect, and as he does, catches him inside of the corner. Not looking good for Verse. PST catches a 3-peat, and ladies and gentlemen, J-Team starts strong.
J-Team's pace making those 3 kills look like it's easy walk, cake walk. JLAS, though, in the heat of battle over to the shipwreck expanse. He's looking to try to get himself out of the fishing village on top of the rooftop while Wang Liang is just hanging on for dear life. He's got ultimate ready to go. He's already at 100%. We do see GG Shaw had burned ult to keep himself alive while T225 was looking to try to chase him out inside the building. Now, Wang Liang has ultimate here. If he finds an opportunity to catch someone out, he will do so, but only as an insurance policy for himself to keep himself in mitigation to kind of escape, or just to turn around and pull out an Uno reverse card. But Wang Liang keeps himself into the high ground and goes right down because GG Shaw is already on top of the belt in the fishing village. T225 looking for those range shots. Meanwhile, we're going to Celestial. We see WBG Spider trying to go ahead in the test towards Fong. Fong goes ahead and gets caught out here, and this is a spawn, his second life here. And as Fong gets almost caught through for some initiative, Spider still has ultimate and has F2 up in like 1 second. So he's going to be looking to try to get himself against Fong in a clear-cut position forward uppercut now that the F1 is down. But Fong is looking to scare rush out through here into the bridge. And as Spider is possibly going to lose track of him, he has to get lucky in terms of this loot to try to beat out this play. But he has a bounty scroll in his hand, and that's actually from Arano, who's right next to him on the east side of Celestia. So if Arano wants to look for this push here, he can definitely make the attestment towards doing so. Now, Fong has himself still common armor. He gets found out by Spider walking through that window, and he's trying to scare rush off of this end. Arano, though, is on the hunt for Spider as a result. So if it's to his benefit, he's going to look towards this. He's going to get himself into that fight. And as we switch over, we're going to go straight into the shipwreck expanse. T225 in his position and just scare rushing off of this end. And GG Shaw, he's one of the targets that might be getting himself in a spot where if T225 wants to contest this, he is going to look for it. And there it is. 1, 2, 3 is re-released, though. T225 getting himself off of that ridge. And as we can see, Wang Liang is there to try to contest between both of these guys' positions and making sure that he can try and getting a secured stagger. And there is a grapple coming off. Like I said, GG Shaw is going to be the focus of the matter here because he has the purple armor. He finds a swap, and that purple armor now on the ground for anyone to try to take it up. But the zone is closing in shortly. So we're going to see this focus coming out here. GG Shaw, 1 hit away, doesn't have ultimate, dodges the Tesla ult, but that Temio denies anybody moving away from the zone. As long as Wang Liang can try to get this F, he doesn't get it in time. He goes through the wall as it comes out here and looks to back around and make the rotation up.
Even with that here, still trying to see if he can find it. As he is able to pop the shield here. It looks like T225 and Exton. It's going to try to see if they can rotate this around as they're going to catch up to T225 on the outskirts here. Exton's going to find it. Oh, nice job. Actually lands himself right on top of him here, though. With that shield, going to be able to keep him alive here in this section here. Definitely does not want to get him caught up here with that slow. And just like that, nice hit's going to be able to connect it with the dual blades. Nexton says right back at you here with the third party trying to come in, but it's not going to be enough here as AS is able to catch at least the third party here, but not successful in catching the elimination onto T225 as he was it's a little bit short on that here. Meanwhile, Wang Liang not getting caught in that third party decides, and you know what, I'm just going to focus on getting the heals right now. I'm going to lay low for a split second. If you want to do that, that's completely on you. But that has nothing to do with me.
A race between Spider and Arano almost catching first place here. Let's take a look and see who's going to end up into the position of being grand champion for this fight, because Spider's the second one to ult here. Has the V2, blocks the second one. We're going to see a second block from Arano here. He burns Spider's second block. As Spider picks up the Solox to get some mitigation there, he's going to be looking for some pistol shots. V2 proc comes out. Arano looking to try to mitigate this. He's going to go for the jump LMB. Gets caught into the stagger, but that's his last block. Spider looks towards and keep the control, but Fong looks for this enchant. He doesn't get the enchant because V2 Spider coming out here for that flash pursuit, but Fong still finds the elimination off Arano. And as Fong is going to be having himself at 100% HP, Spider is at low 800, looking to try to figure out and anticipating this dagger, but Fong, you know how the dagger is with Akuma former, and with everything coming out here, dodging the second test ultimate, it looks like Spider just knows how to play the game off this end, but he is low to the point where Fong can just pick up this elimination for number 2 Dabi, and that was a quick kill steal coming out from his side.
Fang is definitely feeling it, though. The moves just to be able to ricochet and not get caught up in that situation really was able to play to the role that he needed to here, and obviously that became an absolute factor for him, and obviously that's why he's in this. But let's not sleep on the fact of why Fang is the way that he is. This man is absolutely diabolical here. Let's look back at this replay here coming in from Mike and PST here. I mean, PST just trying to find it here as he's looking for that repeat here to get Mike out of this game number 1. Ends up catching the stun and gets the finish. But look at this. Is able to capture the stun, catches him with the RZA, absolutely bullies him into the wall as PST absolutely dumpster Mike in game number 1. This is the...
Huh?
Who is this PST? Because I don't remember him playing like this.
He woke up and then the
who is this guy? This is not the PST I remember.
The Undertaker theme starts playing. He just took out Mike.
Who is this guy?
Took him out of the game. Game 1.
Huh?
Dude, that's tough. That's actually kind of crazy. J-Team Pace, so 4 eliminations, got himself blue armor, purple dagger. He's fighting out Fong now. This is Fong with purple armor here, and he's playing Tessa as well. This counterplay going to come out here, holding horizontal. Oop, Fong already anticipated that. Goes for horizontal. F1 coming out, picks up his dagger again. At least he doesn't find much lost value, but then he finds the ultimate cast. As Fong tries to get this enchant, he's going to be successful with it. He's going to be looking for his chance here to hold that blue focus, and as Pace holds it again, does not get, the game of chicken, and as Fong, attests to fighting this one, there's a horizontal, and there is Pace going down. Fong finds this millions birds might. He's going to get a gold weapon. In the meantime, we see the second Romy Yang between JDG's versus and Bauda's Exen. First, rushing himself in here from Team JDG, having ultimate cast again, but you see the F2 almost coming out here for that slide uppercut. Exen is really trying to be clean with it. We know how much Exen can turn this around because he has ultimate still, but JDG's verse has an F1 to keep himself alive if he needs a combo breaker. And as Exen gets himself for that position, you can see JDG verse going for those double dodges, looks for the stanchion, decides to back off completely. R&B comes out first block. You're going to see whether or not the second one's going to be coming out for the first second F1. There it is. Second block is consumed. Exen looking to try to find out the timing out here. Could we get his third block? That's it. That's going to be JDG's versus timing for the ultimate, but a dodge coming out from Exen turns it around for the stagger. And of course, the blue focus, the F2 comes out. No slide uppercut. Goes for the LMB. This is going to be a mitigation game. JDG versus goes down, and Exen gets his kill elimination.
Telling you, Exen is absolutely playing to the best of his abilities here. I mean, we're really going to see how much of a dynamited player Exen can really be, especially in these finals. We've seen him be able to work through so many different things in such a great amount of time here, but Exen is definitely one of the top players to make sure to pay attention to here. He's done so much amazing work. I'm excited to see how he's going to be able to balance this with a lot of other things that he has on his plate here, but it's going to be good to see how far he can go. But Exen is definitely one of the top players that really needs to make sure, like, hey, let's watch this, okay? Let's watch how well he can play this if he does what he needs to.
He's like, I'm right here. He got gold longsword out of that Romy Yang, and that's good. We've seen that weapon be utilized for so many swaps nowadays, just coming out. And even not even to that, just for extensions. But GG Shaw finds this chance of finding out the Tammy Wangliang, as Tammy Wangliang has ultimate ready here. We're not going to see him casting until now, because this is definitely going to be needed. Kabloom from GG Shaw double jumps out from that enemy Tammy from TGG5, but what Spider finds a kill off of Wangliang as he exits his wisp wall, and that's Spider's first elimination coming into this game. And having GG Shaw stuck inside of this with his Vermilion Bird's Mine, he's just going to look to try to reset here as Spider goes for that chase. Jump LMB, denies it with the F2 I should say, and coming out again, Spider uses his F2 in response, and there's a shield combo rush.
Oh!
Close enough headshot, but Spider has ultimate to deny this. There it is. First one. Second one. Going to be going ahead and initiating his ultimate as Spider looks to try to run out of the third block beforehand. If he wants to reinitiate, he's going to do so after this heal because it's a 15-second mark right there. So he has enough time to look for it. He's going to get the high ground, wait for the timing, still sees his enemy. If you guys are unaware, you can see your enemy within 50 meters if that mark is active. So that's another benefit when it comes down to making sure you can go back and reset an AS here against Exen. Exen dodges the V1 test. We love to see it. Look for the parry, not going to happen, using ultimate as a mitigation factor for that blistering edge, and goes for the uppercut. Jump LMB doesn't connect for the first, but the second it does. And as you can see, Exen is keeping this pressure here. He's got the dodges on fleek. Goes for the stone form. Going to see about an uppercut, and with this, doesn't get himself into connection for AS as he was falling gracefully. But there's the V2 block. We're going to see Foxfire be burned, R&B release, Exen's third elimination.
I'm telling you, Action is one of the top players here. Let's not sleep on this man, okay? We're about to see an absolute whirlwind of fire come through from a player like him who's been able to dish it out as much as possible here. Meanwhile, PST in a completely different space than from what we're used to here as he tries to get close to bullying Verse, but he ends up getting caught in the third party here. But bang! Actually ends up getting elimination onto GG Shaw as well, as Verse decides he's going to back off this. He was able to get the successful elimination here, and now he's just going to rotate this out. He does have full shielding, does have full heal, but he doesn't really want to get caught up in another space here, as he's going to try to rotate this out and get out as much as possible here. Meanwhile, Frostbit's a little bit on the outstretch here, trying not to get caught up, and plays his position the way that he needs to here. Let's see if that opportunity really does present itself for Arano here, if he does see another player here. But it looks like Verse does not want to be on the wrong side of these tracks here, as he's just going to continue to keep this going here. Slowly closes it out as it looks at Action. Action's going to be heading straight down the hill here. It looks like Fang is going to decide to maybe say what's up to GG Shaw here. Potentially. I'm curious to see if they're actually going to be able to fight this out, but it looks like Action decides he doesn't want any energy and he doesn't want to do anything with this. As we're going to look back in the replay here inside the realm of Yang here. GG Shaw, the book, the prologue, the teaser, and here comes the trailer. As he gets some nice hits, though, he's going to be able to catch him inside this juggle here. Nice hits, going to be able to connect it all the way. Beautiful headshot here to possibly connect it here. As it looks like he's going to wait for it here. Stops the stun from happening on the Tessa. Looks like he's going to be able to continue the counter. Nice blue strikes. Oh, gets hit with it. Beautiful reset, though, coming through. And that's the beautifulness of that ulti here. Able to really stop a lot of different things. Oh, and catches AS on with a surprise. Shaw literally caught him slipping.
Literally.
Literally pulls up top and says,
"It's free real estate. It's free real estate."
Wow.
Yeah, he's pulled up the page. Hey, yo, man, you got my page? Dad. It's like, what?
Beep, beep.
What's going on here?
Beep, beep.
Exen, though, yeah, I think it's crazy because he has one elimination. He has Romy Yang to test to. He has Fang right behind him, who is kill leader right now with 4 eliminations. And you mentioned earlier about Frostbus. Yeah, he's not having any eliminations so far. He's got himself into Romy Yang circle north of Celestra. Let's see if he entered it, and it's gonna be the case. It's like I called it, man. Cast a curse moment. Okay, well, I'm not gonna say anything else because I'm knock on wood, because we're gonna have to see this fight coming out between Exen and Frostbus. Blue armor for Frosty. He's got purple weapon, but Exen's already a tier above on both accounts with purple armor, gold weapon. He's got longsword. We see how clean he was with it before. Let's take a look and see about his 3rd elimination coming out for 4th, and of course Frostbus. F2 coming out. R&B release. Ooh, dodges the Hongsword vertical, but the lethal jab comes out, and as Frostbus gets his ult, as F off, he uses ult in response. This is dangerous. You can't counter out the Shio with the V2 just yet, because that's going to be next patch. But of course, Exen gets caught in regardless with the 2nd pounce coming out here. There's a downward slam. And we're going to see another chance here for Frostbus. He burned all of Exen's blocks, and the F2 can come out here for Exen's benefit, trying to catch out here Frostbus as he's scare rushing out. And this is going to be a reset between both of these guys. No! It looks like Frostbus wants to go on the aggression F1 to try to reinitiate and try to put the pressure. The purple focus is now not going to be able to come out any longer. The ultimate is done for Frostbus. He's holding checking. We're hold checking every single one of these days. F2 coming out here from Exen could get the win. But look at that. Frostbus comes out here, purple armor, might be picking up the White Tiger's prowess buff. And with that, and a gold weapon on top of it, that's a gold greatsword. Could be a full sword later on. And it has himself a purple fan, though. And that's a weapon that we don't want to, mess around with, especially coming out of the gate and making sure that he can be as fast as possible in catching people off with R&B focuses. Stuff.
With that, too, here, I mean, Frostbus really does come through. Oh, and here comes that action immediately here. He's going to be able to catch one. He says, hey, what's up? And he comes find out he doesn't want none of that smoke here. Listen, being able to, I've really gotten a chance, like, the last time I get a chance to look into the mind of Frostbus, and I think a lot of the other casters while we were out there in Shanghai got a chance to really see the adaptability of Frostbus. And Frostbus, his first time really being out there and really experiencing like just kind of everything, and him going against all of the players here. This is definitely a different and more adaptable Frostbus that we've seen thus far here. Obviously 1 elimination, down at 9th, but obviously this is still so early in the process here. But knowing a player like Frostbus here, I mean, he has so much room to grow. It's going to be excited to see where he continues, especially for the season, and where he goes throughout summer, because we still got summer, we still got towards the end of the season. So, I mean, we got a lot in store, but seeing a player like him really just be able to adapt to more and more throughout has been very fun to watch. And obviously with Fang really trying to see if he can push him off, and it looks like he does successfully. He's like, hey, where do you think you're going? I want to see none of that. Because here's Fang's going to decide he wants to be able to ditch this one. He goes, no, I don't want that. You gonna have it. I'm gonna let you have it.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna do my own thing. Exactly. No, for real. I'm good. Let you take care of that here. It looks like Fang is gonna catch Arano inside of this. Is he gonna be able to catch him into this nice shield? Gonna be able to force him out of that different disciple here. It looks like he might be able to potentially get himself out of it as well, as Fang decides he wants to take his stretch. Decides to back off this. Goes up top. It's a little bit upside down here, trying to see if he can capture the shield. But on the inside here, JDG's burst deciding to get out of a tough situation here in between 3 people inside of the building here. It looks like he's going to successfully be able to do that here as he does see Shaw off the backstretch. Ooh, nice stun. He would at least get him off the tail here for a second. His first is going to be able to take that, but Action actually comes out through the window on the bottom side and says, hey, how you doing, buddy? Ooh, Fang's going to catch Shaw in the corner. Nice hits coming in from the dagger. Dual hits coming in from the dual blades as another person comes up from right behind. It says he also wants to start some issues as well here. Fang just trying to see if he can just conjure this up and dip out. It looks like Arano in first. He wants that energy as well on the other side of the canyon. Meanwhile, first, Fang just trying to dip out as much as possible here. Circle slowly closing in. We're only in circle 3 right here, but it looks like it's an absolute frenzy. Arano just trying to see if he can capture one. It looks like he's able to here. Arano struggling. Now he has to try to see if maybe he can capture the stun, but it's not going to be enough. As Fang is going to be able to catch him in the corner. It's fresh meat for everyone as Fang catches the free one, but it looks like he's going to get absolutely nibbled on as well. And it looks like he's slowly going to be able to capture it outside, but he's going to risk it for the biscuit, and Shaw's going to snag the elimination away. What I say, the book of Shaw, I'm telling you, he reads his own book, okay? He's the own author of his own story. You think he doesn't know how to read his own book? Meanwhile, Verse trying to see if he can get out of this too. The circle slowly closing in, depleting little by little of their health here as he's going to be able to captain on the outside here. He says, come outside. We're not going to jump you. T225 blazes right through it. Burst is going to be able to capture a shield swap. Decides to go for the rotation here. Decides, I don't want anything to do with what's going on here. Decides to be able to take it from the outskirts here. Definitely a really good play coming in from Verse here. Looks like he goes, listen, I'm going to let y'all come from the other side here. Actually catches some good opportunities here. Might be able to get a decent shield out of this as well here. It looks like he might have got himself a good upgrade.
Big upgrade. Yeah, JGG Verse made that rotation, flawlessly, making sure he can get back to that body. About all the fights that happened in that one consolidated spot, he can loot it up as much as possible. You can see, wow, the whole slew of weaponry that he can choose between the fans and the daggers, and he's gonna look and try to get himself back into the zone. In the meanwhile, right, you see JDG Verse, he's got himself into this point. We're gonna go into the replay because this was the second roaming between Fong and KLA's T225. RMB comes out here, nice parry from T225, forces the F1 for the Foxfire, and T225 goes to try to hold check, gets the Dragon Slayer, gets the Nejaw's Might, goes for the uppercut, goes for the LMB, RMB, and crouch LMBs, 1-2-3s. We release those again. He's doing this 1-2-3 back action, back and forth, and he catches the kill off of Fong just like that. GG Shaw finds that plaque off of Exen, not like this. As GG Shaw looks to try to chase us out, he actually missteps into that grapple, but he finds the second one. He's looking to try to chase out Exen as GG Shaw has himself to burn those blocks if he can, or look for those range shots. He's got cannon now. He switched out his weapon like that and looking to try to find the prioritization of where Exen could be lurking. He's going for the heals. You see the cannon shots, not hitting the first shot, not hitting the second shot. GG Shaw still trying to look for the peel, but it looks like it's going to be an upwards battle between Exen and his 2 opponents here that are trying to look for the low health target, but he is resetting. He's got 5 seconds left on the V2 ultimate. Once this runs out, he's not going to have an ultimate. If they can find out and consolidating which Shio is the one that doesn't have ulti, they could take full advantage of it, even if he tries to get himself out there. But there's GGG Verse. He finds him, he hears him. He's going to take full prioritization just looking for him. He might be looking at GG Shaw in the distance if he's range gaming with the bow, or if he's going back to the cannon. But you can see this is where we enter the stagnation period. It just reminds me around round 6 into last week into day 2 or day 3, and we're going to see whether or not this is going to be the case scenario this time again into the field south of Celestra. But Spider here, gold fan, a slew of Jades. Actually, to the extension of him having Stormstride as well, so he could have it could grief him, it could give him an advantage. We know what happens when you parry and you dodge right beforehand and you get the Stormstride proc to happen, where they don't care and they can dodge out, and that's what I'm kind of hoping not to happen. Knocking on wood, of course. And that Spider kind of looks towards the southern end. We're going to see Frostbus actually hanging out onto this end with TT25 kind of approaching to this region. TT25 having golden nunnies on his build. He's got a good slew of supplies between 19 grapples, 4 vitality / healing parries to 6 armor powders. And TT25, he's got a good position here playing the Temi, but The only thing that's going to come out here is if it's against a single target or if he finds that into the end circle when the timing comes into a slew of action. He finds the ultimate. He just brushes off all the energy, all the stamina that comes out from the opponents, and where he can find those whisk throws in succession where he just catches these guys back to back, looking for the RMBs, it throws another whisk back to back. The onslaught that comes out from Temi is, GG Shaw the Ballista, Chapter 7.
Oh,
Eightfold fence.
comes that third party again. The question is he going to be able to catch somebody while he has this here? It doesn't look like he's going to be successful in that one, though, as he knows no one is going to be definitely climbing up here. He actually hears one, most likely, or at least I think he does here. Verse is going to climb up here, at least on it, and he decided to climb off it. Realizes it's probably not worth it here, and that's the thing. Like, once everybody realizes there's one up there, you got to be able to scatter and don't get yourself caught up towards that end. So you just have to be careful. Obviously, coming through towards this one, though. Definitely going to be an interesting fight towards this end. 6 players alive. Action leading with 3 eliminations, at least within this final fight here, as AS actually does get eliminated. Wait.
Huh? Where is he at? Oh, yeah, he got eliminated early on by...
That just turned. So I didn't see the player feed. I didn't see the play feed happen where it showed if it was the circle or if it was something else. That threw me off. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, what happened?
What happened? Just like what happened to Mike. You know, we just didn't see it until we get the replay. Maybe we'll get
it. Listen. We're not gonna bring up Mike. In terms of him getting caught up, that was just unfortunate. Okay, he can come back. He's gonna be able to dive deep, hopefully, into our next game after that. But you know, he just got caught up in the worst situation in terms of that first one. And AS really, not AS. I'm sorry, PST really came through, and he had to get something off his chest. Clearly, he was able to. Okay, clearly it worked as well. So, not only once, but twice. Twice is what's crazy. Meanwhile, action. Nice little hits, though. Oh, JG Burst is going to be caught on the worst situation here. Oh, that could have been bad if he was able to double up on that next one, though, but it was unsuccessful. Burst able to save himself and save the life here. Spider actually ends up climbing down here, catches him on this. Frost is right inside of the bush. Burst has no idea. Meanwhile, the stun is able to get him, and here comes those next shots, and it's not going to be enough here towards that. Frost is just on the edge of that. He's going to have to move, and it looks like he's going to be able to. Oh, and catches them, at least with that pole sword here, and he decides to rotate this, but he doesn't get hit by the ballista, but the fire is able to still do some damage to him. T225 on the other side here with the pistol, trying to see if he can connect, but sadly isn't able to here. Spider, Action on this close-knit side. GG Shaw way up top. Frostibus all the way up to the top right here. And it looks like he's just trying to figure this out. Meanwhile, Verse, caught in a tough situation on the outskirts here, ends up getting hit with the fire and the bow on the first one here. Definitely does not want to get hit anymore, and caught on a burning streak as well. Looks like he's going to try to see if he can shield this out. Ooh, nice shield swap coming through, finding the shield. I don't know if that was necessarily his, but whoever is going to come back there and see that purple and realizes it's not there is going to be pissed royally.
They're going to feel a full onslaught. And looking back going through here, this is where we're going to see the swing shot, bounce shot work in favor. Hopefully, I'm not sure if GG Shot wants to continue using that, but he does have a meteor. So GG Shot going to be keeping those rounds going. GG5 in his corner. He's got his F up already down, so he's going to have to throw that whisk towards Spider as it comes out. And as a quickly a pre-account, AS got eliminated by X in Council Courtyard as it came down towards it. So that's where we lost AS there. And I was like, dang, you know. But into this final 6, we are going to have JDG's verse have a dreadful whale, try to lose out any range shots coming towards his direction, and just keep spamming it unless he gets caught out by someone who wants to rush into danger. 3 minutes on the clock as JDG verse is going to be in this corner. Spider finds Recluse over towards the bottom row of this cliffside, and we can see Frost was having his high ground spot, hiding into, well, not hide, he's hiding in plain sight coming onto this tower, where if anyone decides to go up there, he can contest it with a stone form. If he can hear that grapple coming through, he can keep his mitigation going on that stance and have that stone form ready to go with that pole sword. If he releases it, you know, maybe they won't realize it. T225 revealing he's got Rampage. He's going to be going ahead and trying to use the movement tech, just moving himself around there with the shadow steps, but just releasing a Rampage in general. And with Verse, he's eating through supplies. He's got only 2 armor powders. T225 looking for the scare rush. This is going to be where that focus comes out into play. Verse trying to look for some time to heal, gets that buttery soap with no denial towards the heal. He's going to have the time to do so. And with Spider onto the top of this ridge here, Frostbus is just going to try to contest it and join for those range shots as the R&B from the fan. This is where the fan can come out to play into the final circle, especially if you have high ground, where you could just spam those vertical blue focus attacks and keep your opponents at bay when they try to rush towards your direction. But since the zone is closing in further and further beyond, we enter to the 2-minute mark as WBG Spider has his blink off at TT25. F2 to push him into the zone is what Spider is looking for as the best case scenario, and we know that the F1 is available for Temmie, so for TT25 he can just come right back in, and that could work in Spider's favor, considering that means that at which point TT25, if he's in the bad spot, he would have to ult, and this is the using it early on is not going to be the best solution for Frostbus. But you can see Frostbus actually holding onto ult still, even when he's low, even when he's at 700. He gets caught to his R&B, ult is casted. We're gonna see Frostbus looking for the V2 to mitigate through any of those range shots. Has F1 to come out here, counter grapple, not gonna happen, but he's gonna be trying to hippity hoppity around here. Gets shot out here by Spider with the bow shot. And coming through, Spider is going to be looking to the bottom row, avoids the horizontal from JDG's versus Dagger. 90 seconds left on the clock. We're going to see a tumult circle coming out here from TT25 to try to deny anyone on the cliffside. You can see TT25 just throwing out those whisk throws. He's looking to try to heal here. Versus not contesting this whatsoever. He's just going to keep this until the very end and be slow and steady in trying to catch a Tessa ultimate when it comes down to it. If I'm not mistaken, he is the last Tessa, and there is 3 Shayos. So it'd be best to his benefit to try to catch them out when they're in the zone. And for Spider right now, F2 coming out, knocks out Exen. Exen cannot get back into the zone with a combo breaker. He doesn't have one. Every single one of these Shayos have F2, and with everything, Spider is looking to try to keep his Ridge on the sideline with GG Shaw. Exen looks for the scare rush, burns the block off of GG Shaw, has a chance of going right back into the zone. He looks towards GG Shaw. If he catches that teleport and catches him in midair, he can knock him off into the zone. And that actually forces Burst to use the F1 as the combo breaker is available. F2 to knock GG Shaw into the zone again. Spider just using this control. He uses ultimate to negate that pushback coming out from GG Shaw in reciprocation. There's the uppercut. Can't get it because of the whisk throw coming out from TT25, and as GG Shaw tries to go ahead and survive here, he doesn't have nothing for his insurance policy. There's the V2 coming out here. Spider catches 2 targets. Testa ult coming out from JDG Verse, but Spider finds a downward spiral with the R&B. Gets caught into the Dreadful Whale. We could see this to be knocking him out into the enchant, into the zone. He falls down to the slope. He's at half health. We're going to see Bowda's Exen getting knocked out in there. JDG Verse is going for the chase. F2 coming out from Spider. Gets the final hit. Verse comes out here, but Spider finds 2 eliminations, or an elimination of Exen, and that is going to be the end of round 1.